Well, hi again, Lowell Edwards to the province. The video edition of the fifth quarter from BC Place Stadium on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening now. After what was a pretty enjoyable afternoon here of football, before just under 30,000 here at BC Place Stadium, the Lions winning 43-10 over the Montreal Alouettes and looking very convincingly, as the score would indicate. The Lions, of course, went into the game deciding that they would not use Geroy Simon. That decision, actually, as it turns out, was made on Friday, as some of the players explained. Even though Simon tried to get himself onto the roster an hour before the game, but the response was very, very productive. Four younger players: Nick Moore, Ernest Jackson, Marco Iannuzzi, and Sean Gore, all scoring touchdown passes from Travis Lulay as he extends his consecutive streak of games with a touchdown to 21. As Lulay equals a career high with the 4 touchdown passes. A great response to see where this Lion offense might go in the future, when the days when Geroy Simon is not on this football team. They got a great defensive performance after the first drive of the game. Anthony Calvillo sliced up the Lions defensively, much like they did last week in Montreal in the first drive. Got a touchdown to Jamel Richardson, but it was absolutely lights out from that point. Calvillo getting under 100 yards from that point after the first drive on passing, and really the 123 yards total offense from that first quarter on. So that gives you an idea just how dominant the Lions were defensively. Special teams, Tim Brown probably wishes they could play the Owls just about every game of the week. He had another strong game. The Lions had a couple of slip-ups from a special teams point of view. Got caught on an onside kickoff by Sean White, which they knew about, but they couldn't defend properly. But that was really minor in the grand scheme of things. The Lions pretty much had their way as they move to 7-3 and keep their one-game lead atop the division over the Calgary Stampeders now, as it turns out. So the Lions get back to now that a real regular week, much like they did this past week, a regular practice week, and we'll play the Toronto Argonauts next Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock here at BC Place Stadium. Just under 30,000, as I mentioned. A pretty good afternoon for football, but kind of warm in here, but it was a great, great afternoon. No reason to complain about anything that took place here. Again, the final 43-10. That's the fifth quarter. Byron Wawerson is back from his holiday, and he'll have some thoughts, I'm sure, here as the weekend progresses, and we'll get them posted as soon as we can.